When senior positions do come about, there is also a level of expertise that comes with age.
Absolutely, and I think that that's constantly the debate, is that we see without a doubt that individuals who've really gone the long yards and who've seen a couple of cycles of companies' growth and change, and sometimes through the good times and the bad times, who've seen markets grow and collapse, really have got the wisdom and maturity and ability to see companies through, particularly during hard times. I think in the past, what we've seen is boards applying a relatively narrow view, making some assumptions, technical retirement age aside, assumptions regarding somebody in their 50s, perhaps, whether they've got the ability for innovation, whether they're up to date on new technology, whether they will identify with a more youthful employee base. And so as a result, boards sometimes make decisions based on those criteria too.
But then you've obviously got to look at what the position is, and therefore you come in and you know specifically what is required for a specific position.
Yes, and in spite of that, so yes, you're absolutely right. So a company will brief us. We'll go to market and we will identify the best available talent for a particular role, taking into consideration a whole lot of different criteria, one of which is age.
Age and experience right now.
Age and experience.
Yes.
Now, when it comes to the experience requirements, very frequently we come across people who, without a doubt, they can do the job. They've got the scars, they've got the battle wounds, they've been through this process before, and they can certainly add tremendous value to an organization. And because they are nearing to retirement age, we're seeing boards saying, listen, that's not an option right now.
But that's also quite fair on the board side, because you also have to look at succession planning. You've got to look at the growth of the company, who can take you forward for the next couple of years. And if somebody is close to the retirement age, that's not an unfair assumption.
Not at all. Not at all.
Unfair role for the board to be playing there.
I think what I'm saying about 60 being the new 50, or even younger, is that in my view, this idea of this retirement age being 60 feels quite arbitrary in relation to the fact that people are healthier, stronger, fitter, can add tremendous value well into their 70s, for goodness sake.
And I think that's what we should be looking at. It's how much value can you add to this particular position in this particular industry, not necessarily what is your age by your identity document.
Yeah, exactly. So my point really is to question policy and to question. I see that there are very good reasons for having the older guard transition out and spend their time gardening or something like that, and to give way for young up-and-coming talent. There's a place for that for sure.
Yes.
But on occasion, it does seem to feel like just some number that's a very arbitrary number that bodes well for the pension fund industry, and certainly there are many executives who really look forward to that time when they are going to be able to take it a little easier. But if I look at the executives with whom I engage, particularly the oldest, more seasoned ones who've been on that merry-go-round and stopped off at a couple of spots, they're tough, they're hardened. If they're healthy, then there's absolutely no reason why they shouldn't continue to add value.
To add value to an organization.